4:22, post-lunch, 50 sessions up. I'm very sorry. Let's see if I can make this discussion a talk of mine interesting. Agriculture markets sounds like a dry subject. 58% of Indian population are directly dependent on agriculture. That is 702 million. In Karnataka, we have around 35 million. So if that is direct dependence, then what is indirect dependence? Anybody here? Indirect dependence on agriculture? Anybody? How much? 12%. 100%. Day in, day out, we depend on agriculture, from the morning bread, coffee, to the milk, food, whatnot, agriculture sector. So if indirect dependence is 100%, I think this topic should be interesting. We're talking about farming. If you look at the definition of farming, it is the art, the science, growing, the business of producing crops, livestock also is included. So farming and crop, what happens to the crop? The marketing surpluses have to be sold in the markets. If I, you and everybody else other than those farmers to eat, we need to have them into the markets. So today's topic is going to be markets, and more specifically the agriculture markets. Before I talk about the prevailing market scenario in the state, in the country on whole, across the globe, let me take you to my journey. I come from a small village. It is 30 kilometers away from the district headquarters. Farmer produce around 300 to 400 liters of milk a day. Also do sericulture. So sericulture is a business wherein you rear silkworms to get silk, and that's why you see the silk ties, the silk sarees being worn. So I, unlike other farmers, also grew silk. At age 15, I was given the responsibility by my parents to take the produce to the market. So this is where the journey begins. So in this journey of mine, from my village to the market. So I come from Kolar district. We have a sericulture market in Kolar district, but good sense prevailed that the neighboring market, that is the Vijaypura market, is a much better market because the buyers are more in number and you get a better price there, drew me to that market. Now, my destination was shifted from Kolar, which is 30 kilometers, to 70 kilometers, which is Vijaypura. For the intent and purpose, I'm going to get a rupee or two more than what I get in Kolar. I will give you a little more nitty-gritties of this business. The issue is the practice that you have a big tender hall like this. Farmers with their produce come and drop in their produce onto the floor over there. You have traders who physically inspect the produce and then quote bids for your produce. The saying is that if you put it at a particular position, a vantage position which is main to the main entrance, many traders will look at your lot and you will get a better price. So to have this vantage position, the journey of mine starts at 3 o'clock in the morning, such that I reach earlier than the other farmers to the market, and then have this so-called vantage position, more traders looking into my produce, and then I get a better price. So this is the first part of my journey. Make initial investments in transportation, pay to the transport agency, reach there at 4:30 in the morning in the cold winter or whatever it is, sleep or stay next to your produce. At around 9-10 o'clock, you have traders who are coming to inspect your produce. Now, likely for whatever purposes, each trader comes and picks up so much of your samples with the intent that they're going to test the silk cocoons and then see the quality and give you the price. With all content, you allow people, 7, 8, 9, 10 people picking up 100, 150 grams of your silk cocoon, going back. Some who are frivolous to collect the sample itself do this business. So that is another set of thing which is happening. Testing of the quality of produce is there. Eagerly watching. Let everybody do. If more samples are collected, more participation, I'm going to get a good price. Then at around 11:30, the auctioneer comes, a government representative comes, along with the so-called bidders who are going to sit along the so-called lot which has been poured down. There you have fat elbow fellows or rowdies who are there who can just nudge them, other fellows signaling him out to get out from this bidding process. You have local cartelization. You have signals exchanged between the auctioneer and the bidder, and then prices are finalized, you sign it. What is the option left to me? The option left to me is that if I don't like the price, I should reject it. Where do I go? I have to wait for the next day. What happens for the next day? The produce deteriorates, loss of weight, and my staying power. I have to look on for accommodation. Again, it's an expenditure. I say, hell with it. give it and come. So these are the issues which I faced when I produced my so-called sericulture, agriculture produce, brought it to the markets, leaving the post-auction activities, that when he puts it on a crate, if you see that way, if he lifts the plastic crate little more, 1 or 2 kgs are reduced. And then when the bill comes, he writes it in white paper, reduces deduction something and gives you. Transparent, opaque, no transparency, opaque bidding process, least transparency, problems in post-auction activities, and then getting my money. So this was one area which was bugging me very greatly in my mind, that yes, we must do something to this agriculture marketing scenario. So here, if you can see this prevailing market scenario, this is a screenshot of Badgi market. Badgi is well known for its chilies. This example is for all the markets across state and across the country. Markets are fragmented. That means if this is a Vijaypura market or this is one market, traders are licensed here to trade here. If this is the Kolar market, traders are licensed to trade here. So the design itself was to breed local competition, and when there is local competition, there is huge chances of cartels being formed and less prices received by the farmer. So this is the first issue. No financial linkages in this sector. Karnataka has 157 major markets, doing a turnover of 35,000 crore, having around 37,000 traders, 17,000 commission agents. This entire business, 35,000 here and 35,000, 70,000 crore business, no formal financial arrangements being made here. The transactions are informal, paid in cash, paid in credit, paid later on, high rates of interest paid to the farmers. So if this is on one side, as I said, the opaque bidding process. Information asymmetry is another issue over here. As a farmer, I know what is my produce, how many days I have dried it in sun, what is the quality. But the trader doesn't know. So the trader believes that the quality which is come up for the sale is not good. It is admixed with stones. It is admixed with impurities. The weight, he gives a discount to the weight. He says, if I buy 100 kgs of food grains, 2 kgs are going to go out waste. So let me keep in mind 98 kgs and bid for 100 kgs. Again, it is the farmer who's getting hit over here. So this is information asymmetry on the quality towards the trader side. The farmer doesn't know what is the prevailing price in the market, in the neighboring markets. When should he make the journey to the markets? He doesn't know. So this is another set of information. I will keep adding issues out over here. Indifference to quality is another very important issue. If you look at those chilies, which you can see on the screen, they apply water onto the chili and come dry chili. They dry it, they again apply water. Why do they apply water? They think that the chilies are going to be exposed in the dry sun. I'm going to lose weight, so let me add some water. The water which gets transpired during the period which is exposed to sun, I equal my weight. But he's actually destroying the quality. The same is with cotton. They add water to cotton, unknowingly or knowingly. The water enters the fibrils, it destroys the fiber. It also spoils the cotton seeds. What happens? In the entire economic value chain, the deteriorated produce is looked at by the other fellow, he bids less, the same money is transcending down to the farmer. So if these are all the issues, which I can put before you as the problems plaguing the agriculture marketing sector, now let me tell you some statistics. If you look at the farmer share in the consumer's rupee, I am not saying that we should intervene and then start paying more and the farmer gets more. The farmer share in the consumer rupee is that if you as a consumer are paying 1 rupee, what is it going to the farmer? So records, there are studies done by the Corporate Affairs, the studies done by Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, which says around 45 to 68% goes in case of food grains, oil seeds and pulses. Worse is vegetables and fruits, where you see it is 35 to 52%. Now the big question before us, what is the big question before us? The big question before us is, how do we enable our farmers get a better share in the consumer's price? I'm not asking anything else. If I don't do this, if farmers stop farming, I and you will not have anything to eat, nothing to survive. So it's a question before all of us over here. How? How do we make my markets efficient? How do you see that the farmer gets better rupee? So in this is the journey where we took up an innovative idea, building a new market structure, which I'm going to present before you. So this is a quote of Dr. Swaminathan. He says that the farmer is at the mercy of monsoon and markets. Monsoon, not in my control. Markets, yes. So this is where we started the journey. The government of Karnataka took it up very seriously and thought that something must happen in the agriculture marketing sector. Something should evolve out of this state over here. It constituted a committee known as Agriculture Market Reforms Committee. Fortunately, I was made the chairman of this committee to come up with broad areas, contours of what intervention should happen, what should be the new market structure, how do we address the issues plaguing the agriculture marketing sector, and answer the big question, how do I see farmer realizes better prices and more share in the consumer's rupee? So with this in idea, we gave recommendations to the government. The first recommendation was, we gave recommendation in the area of increasing competition in the markets, breaking those cartels, improving market access to the markets, bringing in market automation. I will show you what market automation is all about. And then transparency, enhancing transparency in the market, encouraging private markets, private players to come in. You're fresh at 4. Concept of getting fresh from the farmer is again one of the initiatives which we have started. And then at last, farmer empowerment. So these are all the major areas which we recommended to the government. Government accepted the recommendations, brought out a policy known as the Karnataka Agriculture Marketing Policy, first of its kind in the entire country. Today we are a role model for the government of India, for the national agriculture markets, which is in place. So let me tell you what the Karnataka model is all about. The Karnataka model talks about competition. As I said, localized competition. We brought out a legal amendment saying that if a trader is licensed in this market, he can trade in this market, and all the markets. We broke the barriers for competition and brought in out the concept of single unified trader license. Administratively, we made the license conditions simply. We didn't say that he has to be in Karnataka. If he gives me the bank security, the financial security, I will allow any trader to trade in Karnataka. So not only did Karnataka, but we said across, anybody can start buying in our markets. Then technology. Now just giving license for you, you will not daily go and market here. We came out with an online market. Till date, we have carried out 35 lakh auctions. Can you believe it? 35 lakh auctions in the last 14 months have happened on this platform. So we have created a platform, an agri-market exchange for the primary agriculture markets in Karnataka, where 103 markets are talking to each other, connected to each other. 35 lakh auctions have taken place on this platform. So in toto, we said that we will move from the local competition to an national competition. We said from local buyers to institutional buyers. We said from normal manual bidding to a transparent, competitive, online bidding, where every information is available to everybody. So this is the first part of competition in the Karnataka model new structure. Transparency, as I said, each and every market operation process is computerized, starting from the time one grain enters into the market, where it stood, who bid, how many of them bid, which is the highest bid, what was the weight, what price came, when did it go out. The entire process of gate entry to bidding to post-auction activities on a computerized electronic weighing scales run in all our markets today. So this is the second part of the new market structure. Market access. We focused on 3 areas. Physical market access. On an average, my example, I said I traveled 70 kilometers. So we said, we came up with a new concept saying that apart from these 157 major markets, we shall declare scientific managed storage spaces, the so-called warehouses, accredit them as markets and permit farmers to keep it there, put it up onto the electronic platform like your Flipkarts, eBays and your Amazons over there. Farmers' produce is shown on this electronic platform and traders are bidding. So what did we do by this? We said we are going to provide alternate markets nearer to the farmer's place. We said we are going to give the entire chain of buyers to look at this commodity. We said the produce which is going to be there is going to be scientifically stored and less storage losses. We said that the commodity which is there lends itself to financial linkage, financial access aa jayega. If the farmer doesn't want to sell it at that point of time, can keep the produce over there and get a loan and sell it when the prices are favorable. And most importantly was information access, where we stressed, we said these 15 lakh farmers are going to get periodic SMSs to see that they decide when they are going to come to the market. Like this, we have also encouraged private markets and direct purchase centers, contract farming, etc. So If you just look at the process, the farmer enters the market with the produce. All that he has to do is to make a gate entry, acknowledge that he's getting some 50 bags of groundnuts or 5 bags of groundnuts, which is that very instantaneous moment available onto the electronic exchange platform saying that this produce is available at this market. Then bidders who are all licensed with us, 37,000 people, put their username and password, look at this produce and start bidding. And at 1 o'clock, the bidding time closes. SMS goes to the farmer saying, this is the highest price which you got for your bid. The farmer is the only person who's given an opportunity to reject the price. Once he rejects, it is put up for the next day. Once he says, okay, the post-auction activities such as sale, bill, payment, we have the same exchange platform what is running in the commodities exchange. We have the clearing and settlement functions, where we permit money to go directly to the farmer's account, and then the e-permit system. So this is what we talk about automation. So if we look at the steps taken, we have focused on market infrastructure, capacity building, dissemination of price information, and stakeholder education. So this is the penetration we have seen. You can see the adaptability and scalability of the model. And lastly, I would end with this impact of reforms, better prices. In the last 1.5 years of our intervention, farmers have seen better prices. Copra prices have nearly doubled. The smile on the farmer, which was around 6,000 rupees per quintal, today is getting around 10 to 12,000 rupees per quintal. So farmer getting 5 quintals over there goes back with 20 to 25,000 rupees extra money with no efforts of anybody, but providing him a good market. Increased arrivals, 322% increase of turmeric in one market. Because markets were available there, traders started participating. The farmer didn't have to go to the neighboring market. This is a case of Chamarajnagar, where turmeric was carried to Erode to sell. But today it is being sold in our state. Lastly, the most important one is this slide. More share in the consumer's rupee. I want you to see this slide. It was in July 2014, before we started, farmer was getting 54 paisa of the consumer's rupee in case of tur dal, which I showed you earlier, 50 to 60%. But now in October, November 2015, he's getting 65 paisa 0.59. So this is what we say that we have increased the farmer's share in the consumer's rupee. This is the way forward. We want to integrate into the national market, secondary market development, and then infrastructure to address seasonalities. And lastly, most things can wait except agriculture. Thank you.